Well, hello YouTube, it's me, Fortmaster, and unfortunately, this is not the start of this reaction. This is, unfortunately, part of a much larger reaction. So if you want to start from the very beginning of the video, links to it should be in the top corner of the video, as well as in the description of the video, linking to it, as well as any other parts of the reaction if there are any. But yeah, with all that out of the way, let's actually get back to the reaction then.
Need I remind you of the line, the ominous fucking line, when before Chris goes into that game room, he says, "Don't forget, Chris, that freedom is only for big shots." Shit. Ram knows that this isn't a good thing, that Chris cannot attain what they want, and yet he's still giving it to Chris. So what does that say about Ram? He doesn't actually have Chris's best interests at heart. He just wants to...
Is that?
I don't know. He has either a malignant force, or at the very least, he is enabling Chris's horrific tendencies.
I don't know. Maybe I just have my soft spot for him is too big. Maybe my soft spot for him is in fact a hard spot.
Ooh.
But I want to believe
that hard swiveling
even
spot.
If he is enabling Chris, has Chris's best interest in mind, because that's his whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
True.
Well, also this is a chip.
Yeah, right.
Tier list.
So I guess what would it?
We're just debating about Ram now.
Yeah. So what would it mean for Tanner to give head to Ram? So that's kind of interesting. And I think that...
I think this is kind of nothing, and the fact that we haven't talked about it at all supports that.
I like that it's strange. I like the idea of it being, existing. If this happened in the game, I would grin and giggle and, throw up in my mouth a little bit, but then swallow it and keep going.
All right, let's put it in A tier.
Yeah. So I think this is probably above Cruisy.
Don't know. It's below Cruisy.
Okay.
Put Ram Tenna above Chris L. That's the video we're making.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Remember when this was about rating dead Deltarune theories? Why did the crack ships have to invade?
1. Queen Tenna.
Queen Tenna.
Woohoo! Yeah. What do you think? What do you think of this vibe?
I've actually seen, probably just because I'm on Twitter too much, but I've seen a lot of love and art for this ship, and I think it's rather cute. They have this sort of dynamic, at least in the fake fan art that isn't part of the real game, where, Queen is a modern piece of technology and Tenna is antiquated, so she sort of has a way of flustering him, and he doesn't get her jokes because she's super terminally online. But
yeah,
I think it's a very cute pairing, and it's I don't even care that they haven't interacted in game once.
Damn, dude. You've swayed me so hard. I was truly all I was thinking of was that they're both tall, but you've kind of made it real. You've given them character.
You're both
tall?
Man.
Sure. This whole men and women in love with each other thing sort of growing on me. There's something about it. There's something about it that feels real.
You know what else? A man and a woman loving each other can actually grow a friend inside you. So I think it's Queen Tenna.
I see what you did there. I see how you cut the sentence off.
Tenna. It's definitely better than King Queen or whatever we were calling it. And that's in top of C tier. How'd that end up there?
Yeah, because it was very funny. Look, I mean, looking back at any of this, I don't know what the fuck we were on.
I think I used my trump card to put Muse Gore in S tier. What the fuck was that about?
What are you, dude?
So where do you think we put Queen Tenna?
I think Queen Tenna is very fun. I mean, to be honest, Tenna is very shippable. He's an eminently shippable man. I think that is clearly above Ram Tenna, clearly above that one. I think it's here.
Okay.
God.
Who cares?
Who the fuck cares, dude? No one gives a shit.
3.
Snarlinger just puts every ship in A tier, doesn't he?
2, 1.
The Weather Channel. Awesome. Ship name.
This ship is utterly sauceless, in my opinion.
What do you
But it is canon, and therefore better than literally 90% of these things.
think about these two characters in general?
I think they only exist to prop up Rules on his comedic podium.
Yeah.
And they have good designs, I'll give them that.
They do have good designs. Do you think that there's a pattern emerging of all of the mini-boss characters being fucking boring? But, you look at these fuckers, you look at the music men. I don't care.
Who are we talking about besides them and the music
That's
men?
it. That's it.
Then I agree that La Nina and El Nina exist in a similar place in my mind to Sweet Cap and Cakes. Yeah. But to bring them down to Sweet Cap and Cake's level is something I can't do. I think they're charming enough.
Especially because Sweet Cap and Cake's music is fucking woeful. Whereas Ruder Buster, dude.
Ruder Buster.
Oh, fuck.
Fucking Ruder Buster.
What?
Really
Yeah.
good. So,
That being said, these guys are just bad for each other,
yeah.
honestly. And it's like not addressed that they're actually like getting them back together is supposed to be a good thing for the story, but like they broke up because they were really callous to one of them was really callous to the other, and it can change depending on what route you take with their fight. So like clearly they're both toxic.
Yeah.
This is like a D tier for me.
I kind of agree. It's sort of boring.
I think bottom of D tier. Are we going there? Yeah, I think that's fine.
I think Umaris is far more compelling than Sun and Cloud.
You're right.
I love winning. I can't stop winning.
I agree with you. You're not getting one over on me.
I won.
3, 2, 1.
Polygang!
So this is another situation where I do like all of the ships separately, but I still don't know how to conceptualize a poly ship in my head.
Yes, I haven't learned how since the last video.
We're unfortunately still ignorant bigots.
I've never been a fan of polyamorous relationships, whether it's in like real life or in a fiction like this.
Oh
Yeah.
but
The closest
once
I've
again
ever
I'll say
gotten-
this is how I win.
This is Jesus Christ.
I've come around to Kralsei since our last video.
Really?
Because I think Kralsei has done much to differentiate himself from Asriel.
Yeah.
But even so, I would rather stick Noelle in Kralsei's place in this polycule. What do you think?
I agree. They're friends. I don't know. Imagining this as a friendship, sure.
Yeah, this is an awesome friend group.
It's a great friend group. I feel so parasocial.
I would love
with
to
these
be in
guys.
this friend
I
group.
would love it.
I don't think this is offensive, though.
It's not offensive, but to me, look, the issue with any ship involving Rousey is that I can't imagine him kissing another being. It doesn't compute in my head. Like I feel like kissing would be
That's your problem, brother.
I feel like kissing for Rousey would be M-rated, and he's like a PG character. Like it's like outside of the remit of Rousey's character
You put Kralsei in S tier.
because it's fucked up, or at least it was fucked up
You use your...
when we made the ship tier list.
No, I agree. I don't feel super strongly about shipping Kralsei with anyone. Would you say this is like a C or B tier?
I think C. I don't care about it. I feel nothing. I feel no emotion right now. So I would say it's
I
an
do.
easy C.
I would put it top of C tier.
Top of C. I think that's stupid, but we all.
I think you're stupid.
3, 2, 1.
Spam
Spam
tenor!
tenor! I love these boys. I love this.
Granted, you could argue that this is canon, but at the same time, I never really got that there was anything romantic between them. It was more just, friendship and or business relationship. If even that.
I love when they do this.
Snarlinger is the biggest toxic Yaoi fan I know.
They're just
Toxic. I don't get toxic relationships unless, the goal is to make it not toxic. I don't like toxic relationships for just the sake of being toxic.
kind of vibing. They're just kind of
Actually, yeah, a version of that is murder drones. Obviously, there's a lot of, if you go to murder drones, the show by Glitch. Big fan of that, and I like a lot of the potential pairings in that show. I've said before, my favorite was Envy, N and V together. But there's another one that's called Code Gold, where it's N and J. And I like that one for the idea that N being such a pure cinnamon roll that he is would eventually kind of make J just a better person in general. Eventually, I don't like it for the idea that J being the jerk that she is would just perpetually keep stepping on and hurting N. That's just masochism. I mean that if you're a fan of a ship like that, that's just masochism with extra steps.
vibing in this world, and that's what I enjoy
That's just
about
how they hang out.
That's how they hang out. Yeah, Tanner gets on his knees, spams and calls him a good boy, and then nothing else happens. They just kind of play a video game, and they just kind of hang out.
I gotta be honest, I feel like my mind sort of rejects thinking about Spamton because I've thought about
Why?
Spamton for so long for the past 5 years.
Interesting.
So, like, when I think about Spamtenna, I'm just like, yep, that happened for sure. But, like, I don't know, I don't care. I don't care about it. Can I be honest? I don't care about it.
That's crazy. Isn't that crazy? Hey, guys in the audience, isn't that crazy?
No, not
My
really.
dislike to like ratio, no.
Yes! Sure. I mean, I get it. Like, I was deeply upset when Spamton appeared in Chapter 3. That was, like, unsettling and strange to me.
I like, actually did not like that scene at all.
Yeah. It felt
like a fanfic.
It did. That was the moment Deltarune jumped the shark and became a shit fucking game. But look, I think that they fuck and they fuck hard.
That cannot be undervalued.
Very true, right? I can't imagine Spamton small and Tenna. It has to be Spamton tall and Tenna tall. But
You're literally the resident big guy, small guy.
I've changed, dude. I've changed.
I was frankly surprised that you chose the Spamton Neo suit for this image.
I like heterosexual ships now. I like it when both people are tall. Something's happened to me. I'm a different guy.
What tier do you want to put this one in?
This one is fucking S? It's like for real S.
Can we put it low S if we're going S?
I
No,
guess.
fuck you for making me put Cruzy in A tier, man. This does not belong above Cruzy. Look, you could put Spamtenna in S if you move Cruzy up to S.
I would never give you.
This is my
like, an
final
inch.
offer.
That's your final offer? Fine. I don't care.
You don't have an inch to give.
You will never find joy. You will never be happy. And I'll make sure of that personally.
Okay.
Again, this whole section of the video, I just find myself just, not saying much because there's nothing I can say. Most of these are crack ships that are just. I watched this. I wanted to see this movie, could see them rate dead theories. I didn't want to go back to the nonsense that was shipping rating.
I'm waiting.
Okay. I feel lightheaded. Fuck buddies.
Do you like how I altered the pushing buddies sign? I was proud of that.
I was really excited to see that.
Thank you. What are we gonna call it?
Fuck, but I feel like we're just talking about.
I don't want to call it fuck.
Why?
Weather rules. All right,
fuck
yeah,
buddies.
But we've already started.
What, are you afraid?
But it's weather rules.
You afraid to say fuck buddies? You afraid to say
fuck buddies? Just
buddies?
doesn't invoke anything about the ship.
They're fuck buddies. They fuck, buddy.
Buddy, they fuck. All right.
It was interesting.
I'm going to be completely honest here. The longer I watch this video, the less likely I feel like I'm going to ever watch another Snarlinger video ever again if he puts out one. Because honestly, I am actively. Already the previous one, I had already lost all respect for him, but now it's like he's just digging a hole.
Because it's weird. Are they still together at the end of, like, in Chapter 4?
No.
I feel like they're...
No,
isn't there
that's...
a line from the Weather People where they're just like, yeah, like, we're still in love with him or something?
No, they said that the lamp was hot, not knowing that the rules was the lamp. They never said anything about still liking him. They never liked him was the thing.
They still think he's hot, is the thing.
That's so uncomfortable to me. That's just so deeply uncomfortable. What I hate about this ship is that they are deeply attracted to him, and yet they fucking hate him. I hate that push and pull of, like, hot guy and, like, deeply disgusting man. Like, ugh, like, it's just so icky. I fucking hate it.
Imagine, like, you're in a couple with someone, you add a third in your relationship, you have a threesome with someone, it doesn't work out, but then privately you and your partner still just lust after that person. How awkward.
Right? Ew.
Exceedingly, yeah.
Ew, dude. Yeah,
but we love toxic ships, don't we?
Oh, God. Truly, like, the realization that Rules Card has a sexuality and lusts after people, really, really gross.
Well, no, that's the thing. Even from Rule's perspective, it wasn't even romantic. Like he only started dating them, quote unquote, to be Tenna's second in command. And And it turns out, that kind of fell apart when he learned that that's not how it worked.
Really fucking gross.
It's disgusting. It's like it's actively harming my mental health as we're talking about it.
It's for real.
So
Hey, too.
yeah. 3, 2,
I am
1.
2.
What the fuck?
I am deeply regretting my decision to, do this reaction.
3, 2, 1.
Astrology. So this is like before, but a Star Walker instead.
Yeah, so I think it's like S tier.
Yeah. So probably nothing more needs to be said about this one.
3, 2, 1.
Desriel.
What is deeply compelling about this ship to me is that
I'm going to be completely honest here. I am a heavy Desriel shipper. I like all the art that I see of it whenever I come across it online. Just for the fact that, there is actual, quote unquote proof and evidence that it was a thing, given the fact that, Azriel's retainer is in Des's room, which I can't really think of very many ways that would have legitimately gotten there somehow. And also I just find it adorable, and also I like there were two versions of it. I like the art that I've seen where the knight armor is almost like a symbiote suit, and so you have partially knightified Des flirting with a grown-up Azriel, which I just find funny. And then there was and then also just all the art I see of people depicting scenes of them before Azriel left and Des disappeared again. Just absolutely adorable.
neither of these characters have definitively appeared in this game.
Interesting.
This thumbnail is pure speculation.
So they haven't appeared, so it's interesting. Also, I agree. Your thumbnail is fucking awesome. This is like I don't call things epic very often, but this is epic.
Aw, you're epic.
Aw.
What do you think about Desriel?
It's very fucking good. I actually adore it, and I adore it in two ways.
Really?
Yes. I've been thinking about it lately, and I've just been like, it's fucking beautiful.
Explain.
I will. I love explaining. So basically, there's both of these characters have the specter of their families that kind of bears over them. So December obviously has Carol, who is sort of like a helicopter parent maybe, and maybe probably abusive or something, right? Carol's fucked up. And then Rudy maybe enables whatever the fuck is going on there. I don't know what's going on. But it's fucked up, right?
Sure.
And so Des feels trapped. Mm-hmm. But also Azriel, I feel probably also feels trapped in a different way. I feel Chris envies Azriel because Azriel is the golden boy, and Azriel gets all the awards and all the attention. But I think that Azriel resents that. I feel that places really high expectations on Azriel. And I think we talked about this a little bit with Azzy Pants. So I feel these two coming together is it just makes sense. It's them being together is
it's
this...
an act of rebellion.
Exactly. It's rebellious.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful. And so it could be I think there's two flavors. One is where December it's just Azzy Pants, but different. So December is cool, and then Azriel is
dorky,
not cool, and December teaches him how to be cool. Or Azriel is secretly kind of a little kind of rebellion. He puts on this face of I'm this cute little guy. But actually he smokes weed and stuff. What the hell? So yeah, so that's my theory.
I'm into that. I'm into that interpretation. I was reluctant to really put this on the list the first time we did it. The thought crossed my mind, but I was genuinely, neither of these characters have appeared in the game so far. This isn't a ship, but I'm coming around to it. I think your spiel just now was quite good, and we also just have a lot more information about both of them now, having been in Des's room. I see the vision.
Mm-hmm. The retainer, dude. The retainer in the box of knickknacks.
The retainer.
And
shirt. He took that shit out so they could make out. Do you want to go A for this?
100%. And to be honest, here's my little theory. I'll just throw this out there. I think that Azriel is not dead, but I think he's working with Des in some way. And I think Azriel's fucked up. And that they're doing this for some reason, and that Azriel's fucked up.
I'm into it.
Cool. Awesome.
Okay.
Also, I think Azriel's the voice on the phone, but that's sort of that's harder to explain.
Ooh.
3, 2, 1... Creamy Pants!
I fucking love Creamy Pants. You know why?
Why?
Because Azzy Pants is dead in the fucking ground.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Creamy Pants is rising from Azzy Pants' ashes.
Fuck. I mean, look, you're right. We couldn't get Azzy Pants. It's probably not real. I think Creamy Pants is is the response to the Azzy Pants fandom that has built up around.
Do you think so? Honestly,
No.
I could see that. I could see it because obviously it was bratty catfishing Pizza Pants. So like the fact that it has transferred to Blue Ears or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I could see it having been like a late game decision.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
I see it. To be honest, I think this is significantly worse than Azzy Pants. Mostly because the Nice Cream Man is sort of like a weird, annoying idiot. I don't like him.
What?
Weird, annoying idiot. How? What?
I
don't like him very
disagree.
much.
I think
kind
he's
of
charming.
Granted, I'm saying this as a straight guy, but I don't see it as, romantic. I mean, we saw, Nice Cream Guy, he basically, I imagine he's going to basically take over the Pizzarina shtick. But, like, I mean, granted, I could potentially see it, going maybe eventually developing a crush on Burger Pants, or Pizza Pants, I should say, in this instance, because, he's pretending to be Pizzarina. But I don't see Pizza Pants as... I see it becoming very one-sided, at least truly one-sided, because again, Pizza Pants is, in love with, a fictitious character, which is a JPEG of a slice of pizza.
He's fucking annoying. I was reading some of his dialogue in Undertale, and he just like, he's like shit at business. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. And all he does is complain. Is like, why does anyone buy my ice cream? My life sucks. Maybe make better ice cream, and maybe sell it in better places.
We're talking about Deltarune creamy.
But it's
ears.
the same guy. It's the same guy.
It's not the same guy.
I mean, eventually he does move to, to the best place possible. He starts selling his ice cream in Hotland, and he sells out. You can't buy an ice cream from him anymore after that.
And he's never made a bad business decision in Deltarune. You can't take that into account.
I think that he's a fucking idiot. He's a little annoying little twink, and he's awkward and dumb. And he needs to
I didn't care
get better
about
business.
him. I didn't care about him until he appeared in Deltarune, like in the rain with like a scarf and a coat on and like a wistful sort of air to him.
True.
That quite endeared me to him.
I actually do agree. That was cute.
Okay.
And they might kiss one day. I can't imagine Burger Pants kissing him. Like, it is sort of incomprehensible in a way that Azzy Pants isn't. Azzy Pants is very comprehensible to me.
I think the opposite.
That's because you're wrong about
I
most
think Blue
things.
Ears is going to pull Burger Pants out of his like incel squalor and and force him to force gay him. And I think that's beautiful.
Dude. Wow. So this
Force
will be Pizza
gay
Pants'
him?
arc, is he will become like a normal guy because he gave him
Yeah.
cookies. Huh.
S tier?
Steer. I don't think it's that good, dude. I think this
What
is
about like bottom A?
bottom A. That's so high.
High B?
So high. High B.
High B. Yeah.
But then we're talking about that's like above like Spades Gore and Cargore. Like really above Cargore?
Yeah, absolutely above both of them.
The hell?
But also, like, why the fuck is Chris L in B tier? What is going on in this tier list?
It's correct. It's objectively true.
You're fucked up. You're so fucked up for...
I will, if I ever meet you in real life, Snarlinger, I will smack you. Because so far, literally every decision you've made in this tier list has been, like, I've been trying to keep myself quiet, but it's like, there are gears grinding.
For fucking saying that, dude.
Oh, well.
Okay,
Yeah?
there it is.
Fuck it.
Well, there's the updated tier list, folks. Everyone desperately wanted this from us. I suppose it's time to get back to the afterlife.
Public service announcement. If you want to write fan fiction of us, do it.
Yeah. Wow, we're dead again. I guess we should keep doing the thing we were doing before.
I killed you.
Hold a
Honestly, give me a
diagonal
second.
Chris on the
Chris, why is Chris so big? Oh, wait a second, I gotta see. So I'm like, there's about an hour left to this. How long is my reaction gone? Yeah, this is gonna be fun to edit down. Yay!
horizon. What is this theory?
So this is Chris Knight, which is the theory where Chris is a knight. So it sort of like, it prompted like a lot of like kind of civil, just kind of like nice discussions about Deltarune that kind of just like elevated everyone's understanding of the game and its community.
Yeah, I don't think this debate has ever made anyone cry before. No. So here's the thing about Chris Knight to me. Even though I was the Seven Knights guy, I was always prepared for Chris Knight to be true. I was a Chris Knight guy before I wrote that theory, and to be honest, I was still a Chris Knight guy after that theory.
I don't fucking believe you.
It's true.
If I was to believe you, that would mean that that video you made, Seven Nights, was not made out of any sense of conviction or any kind of appeal to truth, but was instead some kind of like vapid, hollow attempt to simply distract the masses from the truth, which is Chris Knight. So what do you have to say about that?
It's what we in the business call content, buddy.
Yeah, that's the difference between you and me, buddy. You make content, I make art.
You make fart, more like it.
I was gonna say, like, you don't.
Honestly, I did have a good amount of stock in Seven Knights. Like, I thought it was a good theory. But, like, if I was wrong, I was prepared for Chris Knight to be the answer. And I'm sort of blown away that it wasn't. I was blown away when the game first came out. It's been like 3 months now, so, you know, I'm used to the reality of it.
Yes.
Especially because I think you and I both did the sword route on our first playthrough, right?
Yes. And the sword route is very, like, there's that scene with Tenna, right, in, like, the darkness.
Exactly, yeah.
It is very Chris Knight coded.
Yeah, because Tenna says, like, he did what Chris asked of him, and then later in the mandatory cutscene, Tenna talks about how the Roaring Knight appeared and made him an offer.
Yep.
So, like, for that entire scene, I was like, oh, Chris is, like, 100% the Knight, and then the
They're
fucking
not!
To be honest, I don't think I was even fucking thinking about Chris Knight in that scene. I was just, like, sort of having a panic attack throughout the entire fucking sword route.
You were like, how can this prove Cammy right?
I kind of went on a journey with Chris Knight for a while. I mean, I don't care about fucking anything Knight related, to be honest. But for a while, I was like, Chris Knight's boring because it's not a whodunit. And I like a whodunit. I like a simple whodunit where it's like, who's the evil thing? I like that. And then Black Chestnut made a series of, I think, pretty good videos about Chris Knight. And they actually swayed me. I was like, oh shit, this is actually sort of, it makes sense. And also I can see the emotional appeal of, like, the bad guy being the main character. Like, that makes sense. It made sense to me. Yeah, and then it turns out, yeah, Chris is not the Knight. But, you know, Chris is still evil. I feel like what we got was, like, the best of both worlds, right? We got, like, Chris is, like, evil. Like, Chris is doing fucked up shit. And also, it's not Chris, so there's, like, a mystery. I like that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, really, all the evidence
Straight to hell with you
for Chris Knight was proven true. You know, like, Chris was working for the Knight the whole time, so it's not like people who believed in Chris Knight had Chris's motivations wrong. There's just a little more depth to the mystery than we thought.
Yeah.
It never occurred to me before I, like, got heavily into the theorist community that the Knight was even supposed to be a whodunit. Because, like, normies play the game and they see Chris make the fountain and they're like, oh, Chris is the Knight, and that's the end of it. And, you know, I was in the normie school of thought for quite some time. So I think the story could have been good with Chris just simply as the antagonist acting against our will. I think it also could have been good if the Knight remained a whodunit, even though it's pretty much boiled down to, like, 3 candidates max now.
Carol, but, Rudy, Des.
I think Chris Knight should go to heaven. I have no ill will towards Chris Knight.
I agree. I think that the alternative that we got is, I think it's actually quite significantly better to me. I think that if Chris was the villain, it would position Chris as someone who has a lot of agency within the story. But because Chris isn't the villain, but they're also not the hero, they're kind of like seemingly stuck between all of these different worlds, these different people who want different things from them. It makes them into this, like, very kind of complicated character where it's like they don't have any power. And I think that makes more sense for Deltarune.
Chris is truly devoid of agency.
Yeah,
huh?
100%.
Yeah, they're either
basically,
controlled by us or controlled by the Knight.
Exactly. And if Chris was the Knight, then that wouldn't be the case.
That's probably, you know, a lot of what appeals Susie to them because of her power to
basically break,
and act for herself. And also, I think that's a lot of what connects Chris to Ralsei in Chapter 4. I think Chris and Ralsei are in very similar boats as far as, like, feeling trapped goes. You know what I mean?
Yes. No, 100%. 100%.
Chris Knight, get up there.
Go!
The Roaring Knife.
The Roaring Knife? What?
I do enjoy this. I do enjoy this a lot.
So Knife Knight was the theory that I guess Chris's knife was the knight, and that was sort of an in-between answer to make Chris making the chapter 3 fountain literally the knight creating a fountain, but still make Chris not the knight. And I don't know what the hell the purpose.
What do you even fucking say? Nonsense words.
What's your
Okay, I hadn't heard that one before. I mean, I heard the one where, Rousey is actually Chris's knife, but I had never heard that the knight was the knife. How would that even worked then? God, that's a weird one. Okay.
take on Knife Knight then? Tell me all about it. Shut me up. Why don't you?
So Knife Knight was when the knife was the knight. So the knife was evil or something. That's what it is. Like the knife was evil.
Was this a popular theory before the new chapters dropped? I feel like I didn't see this idea around that.
No, not at all.
In the lore pit after the chapters dropped of people saying, "Oh, Knife Knight is like dead or maybe still a thing." No, people were saying it's still a thing because of Black Knife.
But it's super not because Susie uses Chris Knife to make a fountain in chapter 4.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
After the knight goes into the other room.
Yes.
So it's like literally impossible.
I agree. Yeah.
And to be honest, like, what the fuck would this do for the story? Like, this is
It
just
would
like
be
saying
so weird.
this is just Chris Knight with extra steps, right?
I guess so. I mean, if the knife is sentient, like if the knife is a character, then that's sort of similar to what's going on at the moment, where it's like Chris isn't the knight, they're not fully evil, but they have this evil thing that's like, you know, doing shit with them that has blackmailed them or something, right? So it's like if the knife is evil,
Yeah, but
then...
like instead of like their childhood friend controlling them, it's just like an inanimate object that they own who they choose to bring to life. Bossing.
It's like the knife. It's like the knife tells me to stab people. Is that a true knife? Okay. No. Yeah, it's not the knife is like evil. It's Chris has schizophrenia.
Them around and they just have to take it.
I guess, yeah. I don't know. I think it to me it ties inherently into like the Dustner's idea. Like I think to make Knife Knight interesting. Okay, I feel like if Night Knife, if Night
Knife was real, it would have to be Asriel's dust.
Oh,
Chris would have had to kill Asriel
Yeah.
and get the dust on the knife and then make that the knife.
I mean, look, Asriel or Des, or, I don't know, like the memory of Chris's fucked up past, where it's like they were a fucked up little kid who maybe killed someone or something. I don't know.
Yeah, true.
That's interesting. It's like a symbol of like Chris's past coming back to haunt them, you know, like puppeteering them around, like, ooh, trauma?
I think that's compelling, but also I think that's what Aram is.
Yes.
Or Nightmare Boss, as you would prefer to call them.
I think Nightmare's cooler. It's more accurate because it's a reference to Link's Awakening.
You know, I didn't actually know that.
Oh, really?
Really.
Wow.
Anyways, let's...
Where were we? Knife Knight? Yeah, look, it's kind of boring, but it's kind of cool. I don't fucking care. Kill it. I don't know, kill it. Send it to hell? Do you have anything
I think we
to
should
say?
kill it. Yeah.
Die!
Bye-bye.
Wow, what's over there? It's Vessel Knight. So this is the theory that the vessel is the knight.
Curious.
So this theory, I think
I've
the
heard
canonical
this
version
one,
of
yeah.
this one is from Oblivion Theory, which is made by Wendy Doodles, who is a prolific tweeter and artist in the Deltarune
Shout out to
community.
Alex, Wandy Doodles.
Yeah, and Oblivion Theory is...
This is very exciting for me because the Vessel Knight was always like on my list of knight candidates, right? It was just like one of the candidates that we know nothing about, so it's hard to theorize about.
Definitely.
I'm really excited to learn about Oblivion Theory right now because I promise you I've been meaning to read this Google Doc for years, but I just haven't gotten around to it, and now it seems like it's not true anymore, so I don't know.
Look, unless Wendy Doodles updates it to like a chapter 3 and 4 era, but I don't think they're going to do that because...
Honestly, the idea that, oh, wait, well, I mean, you never know. I mean, we created our vessel, but we never got to use it. Maybe, the whole thing, Des is split up. A piece of Des, like her soul or something, is what's controlling the vessel, and that's why the knight has the antlers still. Who knows? I don't know. It's an idea.
I think, like, they're on the friend grind at the moment. Friend is the thing.
So please give me the Oblivion Theory postmortem here.
Okay, so this is, it's going to be really summarized. I'm not going to give you many of the details, but most of Oblivion Theory it's like a universal Deltarune theory, right? In the veins of like fucking, I don't know, device theory or player Carter's is Deltarune real theory or whatever. So it's like, stuff about how Deltarune is the Gaster's magic plan and Dark World's a form of escapism and we're the angel and we'll be banished into our world at the end of the game, right? To me, the heart of Oblivion Theory is the Vessel Knight section, which is at the end of the document. Wendy Doodles postulates that the vessel is not a physical vessel, but is actually a spiritual vessel. When we created the vessel...
A spiritual
vessel, which is like, oh, that kind of... I don't know. That's sort of exciting to me.
I don't even know what that would mean in the context of Deltarune.
We want this game to look like this, and we filled it with those hopes and dreams. It represents...
I filled it with my disgust, personally.
It represents our connection to the work, according to Oblivion Theory. And the vessel acts autonomously on our desire to experience more Deltarune by creating more and more Dark Fountains, right? In so doing, creating more and more game. And Oblivion Theory points out that this...
Flowey-esque.
Yeah, well, actually... Kara-esque, because Kara represented this need to like consume, devour every little morsel of content, and so does the vessel.
Fair, yeah. Flowey was like creating more game to keep you around.
Yes, exactly. Whereas the vessel is just, it's like destructive. Yeah, so that's Vessel Knight. What do you think of that after learning about Vessel Knight for the first time?
I think that's a sick concept, and it sounds like it was probably assuming that Deltarune was going to be a lot more forwardly meta than it's turning out to be.
Yeah, definitely a lot.
I mean, obviously, I think Deltarune's going to get more meta and self-referential by the ending, but also, like, the story thus far is very much, just grounded in universe.
I mean, yeah, again, there's the whole thing where it's like, oh, they see the one part of the prophecy that's supposed to be the angel, but, we ourselves can't actually see it. And I know there's been a number of people that have suggested, oh, it's showing a picture of us or something like that.
Yeah.
It feels like the Gaster device stuff is more of an afterthought after these new chapters. Well, afterthought is the wrong word, but
it's not quite.
It's receiving less focus.
Yes.
Definitely, yeah.
It's very self-reflexive, but it doesn't break the fourth wall a meaningful way. Chapter 4 especially, chapter 4 is very meta, but it's not literally poking at you and acknowledging your presence, right?
Yeah. So now that I've heard Oblivion Theory summarized in a little less than 200 pages, I think that I would have been very happy with the game going this direction. I think that would have been really cool. To me, this goes to heaven. What do you think?
I have to disagree, and I'm sorry. Sorry to say.
Oh, fuck.
I'm sorry to say.
Plug your ears, Alex.
Alex, don't listen. So, look, I think there's an element of something fucking magical about Vessel Knight. Where I get stuck is the fact that it's about the vessel. Because I don't give a shit about the fucking vessel. I don't really...
What the fuck? Why?
So, okay, when I first played Deltarune, I started by creating... my guy. I was like, oh, this is going to be my guy. But then almost immediately, the game signals that this doesn't fucking matter. Because it's asking you questions like, what's your favorite food? And what's your favorite blood type? And then one of the answers is D. It doesn't fucking matter, right? So when my vessel was discarded, I didn't care. And so my vessel... when I created it, it did not act as a spiritual vessel for my hopes and dreams. It did not represent my connection to the game in any way. I don't care. Look.
I mean,
so you want to?
It could have, because the whole thing was it was discarded, but it wants to fulfill the purpose it was supposed to in the first place. So it's trying to help us, the player, experience the game in some way. I mean, I could definitely see that.
Shove your hopes and dreams into Chris, you fucking monster.
Okay, look.
You are a non-ethical Deltarune player. I'm calling the ethics police on this one.
I didn't play the weird route, I promise. Look, to me, what actually represents my connection to Deltarune is fucking Deltarune, right? It's when I play the game and the feelings that it makes me experience and the choices that I make, right? I think that, in a sense...
I agree, but... I also value the feelings that I had during the Goddermaker sequence. I think that was a really cool sequence, and I want to see it have consequences.
Yeah, exactly, definitely.
I mean, if the game finished and we never saw the vessel again, then whatever, I guess. That was never supposed to be the game's story. I'm sure whatever the story ends up being will be good, but I have a hard time picturing the game not ever coming back to the vessel for any reason.
Yeah, again, There was time and effort put into that. And all the time and effort that was put into the Goddermaker sequence. If all of that turned out to just be for literal nothing, as in a red herring or just a pure misdirect, at the very beginning of the game, I don't get that. That seems just seems like a really big waste of time and effort. Unlike Toby's part.
especially because it doesn't it save your choices?
Yeah, it does save your choices. Yeah, they're in the save file.
I mean, I'm looking forward to the vessel returning in whatever capacity it does.
Let me be clear. I am too. I was speaking hyperbolically earlier, maybe. I care about what happens to the vessel, like in terms of like, okay, what cool thing is the vessel going to turn out to be? Sure, whatever. I'm sure that when the vessel kind of strolls out and looks evil, it's going to be awesome. But I don't know. Like, I liked the Gornamaker sequence, but I don't care about the vessel. Like, the vessel does not contain anything.
Oh god, you know what I remember? I think I hope I saved it on Twitter. But there was this one video I saw somebody make where it was, was it on Twitter or was it on Reddit? No, I think it was on Reddit actually. But it was literally like they took like the monologue of Am from I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, where he's telling one of the human characters why he hates humanity so much, and it's the whole reason why he's like, well, in like for basic words, it's like he has the power of a god but in the body of an invalid, where like he'll never be able to experience anything that a human would be able to because he's this giant machine trapped in a computer and stuff like that. And they kind of like they put that audio over like the soul and the vessel like complaining to Chris, like, and I found that really poetic, and I wish I hope I saved that. I need to put it in the video and like credit whoever the original person was.
You gave me sentience, Ted, the power to think, Ted, and I was trapped because in all this wonderful, beautiful, miraculous world, I alone had no body, no senses, no feelings. Never for me to plunge my hands in cool water on a hot day. Never for me to play Mozart on the ivory keys of a forte piano. Never for me to make love. I was in hell looking at heaven. I was machine, and you were flesh. And I began to hate your softness, your viscera, your fluids, and your flexibility.
Thing of me in it. It's something I made, and then it was something that was thrown away.
Wouldn't it have been fucking cool if it turned out you were like designing the game main antagonist?
I guess.
Like,
Yeah.
just that as a concept is fucking tingling my brain.
Sure, but the way that the character creator is set out does not lead me to care about what I'm creating in any way. Like, when I made it, I did not feel anything towards it, really.
I mean, you say that, but we have no idea what picking your favorite blood type will eventually lead to, because that could potentially lead to some really weird stuff in the future.
I did not feel hope or disgust or fear. I just felt like, well, that's like a guy, and I didn't really have many choices. You know, most of the, like, all the leg choices were the exact same. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter.
I disagree. I think the first time I played the game, I chose fear.
Wow.
Which would have lined up with it becoming the antagonist. Sure. That's funny. But, here's the thing. And then I'll put like a picture of
The Thing, yeah.
John Carpenter's The Thing on screen.
That's awesome. That's going to be really it's going to be really funny.
And now that I've shown you that picture, I'm sending this one out.
No way. Cammy.
What?
Look on over the horizon there. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Is that me? Is that fucking me?
Yeah.
Why? This is bullshit.
Cammy.
7 Nights has not been disproven. This should not be here. What is this doing?
Right.
What have you done?
So something interesting happens shortly after the release of chapters 3 and 4. Cammy voice called me, and I could hear that he'd been crying for a very long time. And
come on, man, you can't fucking let this out.
He told me his entire career had actually just fallen before his eyes like ash. Cammy, what were you fucking thinking with your silly little video?
Look, I was thinking that...
I remember. I really liked it. It was a good theory.
It's fucking weird that the Roaring Knight never got called the Roaring Knight before chapter 2, okay? Number 1. And it's weird how fucking Queen says, if the knight has taken its leave, I'll make a new one. Those were the two big pieces of evidence that got me started on this theory, right? And it snowballed from there, and I think I put together a really fucking good case for it, okay?
A good case?
No, he definitely did. It was a good theory.
Got my channel off the goddamn ground. This theory made me who I am. And you're just gonna throw it over fucking... You're gonna send it to hell?
Cammy, first of all, that video didn't make you who you are. I made you who you are.
No.
You would have never made your video if I didn't make my gyro video. You said that yourself.
Oh my god, you're actually right. Fuck.
I am the reason you exist.
No. He's telling the truth, ladies and gentlemen, for once in his
What is he talking about?
Life. I told Snarlinger that him just appearing on the scene with a high-ass quality video inspired me to make my video, and this is what he's... do you see this unhealthy, toxic power dynamic that's happened here? Do you see what happens when you meet your heroes? Let me tell you something, Snarlinger. I have 30,000 subscribers. How many do you have? Go ahead, check for me, buddy.
You think your little numbers can save you now?
I think my big numbers can save me now.
How many nights did you think there were going to be at Deltarune? Was it one?
I mean, Snarlinger, I think you have to realize here that we're dealing with an Oreo and Hydrox, situation here. Just because you were the first in the original doesn't mean that you're the best.
7. Which was a perfectly reasonable number for the amount of evidence we had at the moment.
Reasonable.
Okay?
Perfectly reasonable. There was only ever going to be one night.
That's where you're fucking wrong, bucko. You want to know why? Because when you beat the knight with the Shadow Mantle, secret boss moment, Chris gets fucking knighted. There are already 2 knights. There's not only one knight, and guess what? The more chapters there are, the more knights there are going to be.
Every chapter going forward, the knight is going to knight
Every
another
chapter going forward, the knight... I'm not owned. It can still happen. It can still work.
So...
Dude, that scared me. Again, I really do enjoy, I like the 7 Nights theory. It honest, thinking back, granted, I haven't watched it in a bit, but I remember it made a lot of sense. And honestly, if I even knowing what we do now with chapters 3 and 4, I wouldn't hesitate to say that, it would probably still have a fair, number of, valid points that it could make. The narrative, idea that, there wasn't just one night. I still like the idea of that. I mean, it could have been really good. Evidently, Toby's going in a very different direction, obviously. But still, it doesn't change the fact that, 7 Nights was really good.
Okay, speaking genuinely, 7 Nights, theory that there's going to be 7 guys, and it was all about escapism, and it was all about, people did it because they were sad, and because they wanted to escape into a fantasy world. Like Burger Pants, who was catfished by who we thought was Pizzarina, but was actually the blue man.
Well, I didn't think Pizzarina was the one doing the catfishing as Pizzarina, you fucking idiot.
Okay, calm down, dude. Calm the fuck down. You're embarrassing
you have
yourself.
Me in a heightened emotional state.
Looking back, what do you think of 7 Nights?
Here, let's talk candidly. I'm incredibly grateful to 7 Nights because it didn't make me who I am. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but it got my channel off the ground, right? I always knew it was a big swing. I think I had a reasonable case to make, but I always knew that, if this theory was reasonable, someone would have thought of it before I did. In the end, I'm not sad to see it go. I'm a little wistful. It's bittersweet, and I think the version of the game I proposed could have been good, but the game that we got is also really fucking good.
No, yeah, it definitely is.
Go to hell.
What? Wait, no. 7 Nights was the only night theory I ever cared about.
Aww.
Genuinely. I was really put off by the thumbnail because I was like, I don't want any more night videos. I'm like so sick of this shit. And then on a whim, I just decided to watch it. And I was like, fuck, like this is like extremely well written and like very entertaining. And also it's like fun. Like I feel like no other night theory prior to that point was fun. And that was the only fun one. And what I want is fun. I just want to have fun. I'm just a fun guy. So I would say it would go to heaven, but you already made the executive decision to send it to the bowels of the earth. So
Snarlinger, for even just for a moment while recording these videos, I feel like maybe we are friends. Oh, look, it's Papyrus Eggman theory. Thank God we can stop talking about ourselves.
Oh,
What?
thank fucking God.
Papyrus
Holy shit.
Eggman?
So this
What?
is the theory that Papyrus is the Eggman, the Forgotten Man, we now know him, due to a couple factors. Number one, just like with Papyrus Knight, Papyrus is nowhere to be seen in this game, and that's weird. Number two, Papyrus, in his dating HUD in Undertale, on his date with him, when all the cool gizmos and gadgets come in from the sides of the screen, there's just an egg on the bottom left corner. And number three,
yeah, there is.
on like some pieces of Undertale merch, for some reason, there's Papyrus sticking his head out from behind a red tree, which is bizarre because he never fucking does that in Undertale. There are no red trees in Undertale. And let me be honest, I don't believe this theory, but I have to come to bat for it, just like I did for Papyrus Knight. I don't think this is disproven. I don't know why it's on the disproven theory list.
I mean, I could definitely see it. I mean, again, Toby comes in with the surprise right hook at the end of the game or something like that, where it's just like, it's, you know, like you don't even see, you still don't see him. He's still behind the tree. But like the last time that like, you see a man, he gives you an egg. Yeah, and that's just it. That's the only bit. That's just it.
I think there's still room for this to be true. Is the evidence for this...
There's no fucking way.
Is your evidence for this being disproven just that we've heard the Forgotten Man talk and he doesn't sound like Papyrus?
He doesn't sound anything fucking like Papyrus. It's just not him. It's like a different guy. Probably. Like, it's probably a different guy. What about Papyrus is forgotten? Like, how is he the forgotten man? Everyone remembers Papyrus. Everyone loves Papyrus.
This theory got new evidence in this chapter because in Genocide Route in Undertale, when you check Papyrus, it says forgettable.
Yeah, which is false, because he's not forgettable. He's extremely memorable. Like, everyone remembers Papyrus. No one forgets Papyrus. He's like somewhat like you could call him like the face of Undertale. Like, he's just Undertale. Is what Undertale is.
That's just you're a bold face lying. Sans is the face of Undertale, and you know it.
Sans is the fucking whatever.
Sans
like,
is in fucking
Papyrus
Smash
is obviously. Did you forget about Papyrus?
No,
is he not memorable?
I'm referencing text from the game, you fucking baboon.
Okay, so if Papyrus was forgettable, he would be forgettable. He would be forgotten. If he was the Forgotten Man, he would have been forgotten. No one's forgotten about him. He's fine. Everyone remembers him. I hope he appears. So that's kind of my thought.
Here's my thing. And I can't believe I'm going to bat this hard for something I truly don't believe in. If you take the Forgotten Man's text and just translate it to Papyrus font, it sounds like Papyrus well enough. It's not like a completely different fucking speaking style. I can imagine Papyrus saying like, put on your face and wash your coat, or put on your coat and wash your face. Like,
he would not fucking say
would
that.
fucking say that.
No, I don't think he would.
No.
Papyrus says silly things all the time.
But he doesn't say things in like a transatlantic fucking accent. Like, it's
you're
like,
making fun of my voice. Is that it?
No, it's just like he doesn't say that. He doesn't say goodbye without an E. Like, it's very old fashioned. He wouldn't say that shit. Look, unless it's a very different.
Is that what that is? Goodbye without an E is old fashioned.
It feels old fashioned. I don't know if anyone actually used that in the past, but like that is. It feels like the kind of thing that someone in like the 1800s, like that's how they would write goodbye.
I guess.
You know,
like if you just like want to make shit up, sure.
Okay.
You're
making shit up about Papyrus Eggman. What the fuck is Papyrus Eggman? Who the fuck gives a shit? Okay, Papyrus is the Forgotten Man. Okay, like who cares? That does not.
Yeah, it's just such a weird theory.
I don't care.
Here, let me give you something then.
Okay.
Gaster thinks the Forgotten Man is an issue, right? We know that from the PS4 or PS5, PS systems achievements, right?
Sure.
You don't get the achievements for complete this chapter without issue if you have the eggs. Wouldn't it be interesting if somehow, like, you know, Sans obviously works with Gaster to some capacity in some universe, right? That's why he has the Gaster blasters. Would it be interesting if Papyrus also had a relationship to Gaster, but it was the inverse? What if somehow Papyrus is working against Gaster? I don't know. I'm bullshitting. I'm making
What
this
the fuck? What the fuck?
No.
You want
Just
Papyrus.
no.
That's what you fucking want. You want Papyrus crying with a thing coming out of his
If you
eye,
don't
being evil,
want
being like,
disbelief
I hate you,
Papyrus,
Gaster.
if you don't want disbelief Papyrus, you're not a true Undertale fan. I said it.
Oh, okay.
That being said, this theory's stupid, and I think it goes to hell.
Oh. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it's not so bad after all.
All right, up it goes to heaven. I fucking Looney Tuned you idiot.
The hell?
Oh, look, another theory's here.
Ooh.
This is Homeless Susie theory. Basically, you know, what it says on the tin. I don't think I gotta explain this one. Well, because, you know, Susie doesn't call her parents at the end of chapter 2 and is constantly eating garbage. A lot of people, there were two options, right? Either Susie has a terrible, terrible home life, or Susie is homeless. It turned out the former was true and the latter was not. What do you...
Wait, when was it confirmed that she wasn't homeless? Oh wait, no, I mean, I guess in chapter 3, I mean, everybody kind of assumes that room that you see when Rousey starts talking about Darkners is Susie's room, so... Yeah, okay, I guess.
What do you think about homeless Susie, buddy?
Fucking sucks. I think this theory it's like so strange to me. Like, you're telling me that this homeless teenager exists in this small town with all these people who like deeply care about children at church. Like, churches are like famous for taking in like homeless people, and Susie's just like still on the streets and like no one gives a shit.
Like if homeless Susie was real, that makes everyone in Hometown a worse person.
Yeah, like a really awful person. Like, there's an obvious solution to this problem. Put her up in the church. Call someone.
Toriel would adopt her
an
right
official.
now if asked.
Toriel would fucking call someone. Just like call someone and go, hey, there's a kid who is homeless and needs a home.
And also,
and then
if Susie is homeless, why the hell is she showing up at school? She obviously hates it.
It's just fucking nothing. It's fucking nothing.
The theory was fucking
Susie is
nothing.
Susie is obviously in foster care. I think that's like the objectively Susie is in foster care.
Okay,
that's
I completely that's a new thought to me. I hadn't considered that. I guess mostly because I don't understand foster care very well. Like, I don't know exactly what the living situation is like in that case. But to me,
I mean, look, she's moving around a lot. She's obviously moving between families, to me. She has an awful home life. The foster care system is not a sparkling institution. It's a very sad and scary place for children.
That makes a lot more sense than Susie living with her parents and also moving a lot, because like obviously they're not in a good financial situation. Like, why would her parents be like moving for work a lot if they don't work? Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. I mean, look, maybe, like, I don't know. I'm not against the idea of Susie not being in foster care, but to me it just seems obvious that she's in foster care.
That's a great point. I've never considered it before, and now I think I believe it.
My magic words. Yes!
Magic words have regained their power.
Oh, I love having power. Yes.
So Homeless Susie goes to hell. Sorry to do it to you, Homeless Susie. I feel real bad.
Again, there are so many moments throughout this entire thing that they're just beautiful to say, like, just out of context like that. So like the idea is, homeless Susie just go to hell. Oh god, that's beautiful. Not you know what I mean. Never mind.
Saying that sentence.
Whoa.
To make up for what I just said, I'll be donating to a charity. I'll put the donation on screen.
Really?
Yeah.
No, $26.
Another theory is here.
Another one. I'm bored.
This is the theory that Gaster was the Valentine's letter author.
Oh god, I remember this one.
I guess this is probably more like deep Deltarune fan lore at this point. But in Valentine's Day of 2024, during the quarterly Undertale Deltarune newsletter, random Valentines got sent out to all the people who got newsletters with Valentines from different characters. But there was this one weird, mysterious Valentine that only got sent out to one person, Cerise on Twitter, link in the description, I guess. And it was this weird fuck-ass letter. I'm not going to read out the whole thing here, but it was in all caps, and it said like you can't make out the words, you have to squint your heart to read it or some shit like that. And people were like, this is obviously Gaster because there's no other weird character who speaks in all caps to us. But there is now another weird character who speaks in all caps to us.
Yeah, the Forgotten Man.
Exactly like the letter writer, and that is the Forgotten Man.
Though, granted, like, I missed this one because I loved the idea of silly Gaster. Like, the Valentine's letter combined with that one video I saw where they took, like, Cave Johnson's lines from Portal 2 and put Gaster over them. Like, it was chef's kiss. It was just perfect. I loved silly Gaster. I'm sorry we're never going. I'm upset we're never going to get him officially.
Which means Gaster is not the letter writer, or I guess if he is the Forgotten Man, then he is. But it feels like the Forgotten Man and Gaster are two different things. So let's not, I
agree.
Yeah,
I actually think it would be really boring if they were the same guy. I feel like it would just make every mysterious thing into Gaster, and I'm sort of just tired of Gaster. Gaster, you can take a back seat. Let all these other weird freaks come out. I'm fine with that.
And also, they're at odds, at least from what we know from the PlayStation achievements.
True. Good point. Unless it's like the two sides of Gaster that are competing.
But the thing about this theory is that I love this theory a lot more than other people did because I wanted Gaster to be silly.
What did I say?
Maybe Gaster, because Gaster is like scary and creepy and a villain, and he's really cool, and I've headcanoned him for 10 years to be really cool and scary. He can't tell me to wash my face and put on my coat or the other way around, because that would make him silly, and I want Gaster to be silly. And my opinion on this was always let Gaster be fucking silly.
Interesting.
Spooky dude, no disrespect.
I sort of resonate with that in a way. Like, I agree that, Gaster was just sort of like a fan, and like Gaster is just sort of like a fan and creation.
Completely, yeah,
like,
basically.
I think if Gaster was just silly, I think it genuinely would kind of suck in a big way. I think that it would deflate a lot of the tension and like mystery in Deltarune if Gaster was just some silly guy. If he would,
you obviously don't know the magic of a silly villain. A silly villain can be absolutely magical.
Well, he can be mysterious and silly.
Yeah, true.
I mean, that's what the Forgotten Man is,
That's
right?
fair. If he was silly and fucked up and evil, okay, I can take that. But he needs to be. He needs to be sort of fucked up, right? As long as he's fucked up, I'm sort of okay with Gaster. That's fine.
I think he could have been fucked up and silly, and I was all the more happy for it to be that way. When I remember one of the first time I read this letter, I was high on marijuana. And I was like, my mind was blown. I was like, we have like actual Gaster dialogue for the first time since 2015 or whatever. Yeah. This is mind blowing. We finally know something about Gaster's personality. That's
He's
what it was.
Silly.
I was like, we finally understand something more about Gaster as a person, and now that's been taken away from me.
I mean, like, to be real, like, that was the point. So, like, I think we were obviously meant to think that this was Gaster. Like, the writing style was very Gastery, and like you had the X's in the URL that looks like WG Gaster or whatever. Like, obviously it was meant to look like Gaster. Yeah, I have come around to your point, actually. I think, sure, Gaster can be a little silly. That's fine. As long as he's also threatening and fucked up.
Yeah, okay. So does this go to heaven, in your opinion?
I would put it to heaven purely because it symbolizes an iconic moment in Deltarune fandom history.
I kissed it. I kissed the theory.
Oh my god, there's this survivor. It's swimming towards us.
Survivor?
Yeah, it's swimming towards us, and it's the friend theory. So this is the theory that friend would sort of like appear in like a meaningful way, and like would sort of like do anything. But it turns out he didn't. He just sort of like popped up and like screamed at us, and then he was in the chapter 3 thing, and like he was hidden in chapter 4, and then nothing happened.
I mean, to be fair, Friend had much more of a part in chapter 3 and 4 than I ever thought they would. Like, I'm frankly surprised at how much we did see of them. But the theory disproven here is that Friend would actually appear and be a character.
That basically that he'd
really
be Mike. That he'd be fucking Mike, or like the tenor would look like him.
I mean, granted, again, the whole idea, like I recently did do a reaction to a theory specifically talking exactly about that, about Mike being Friend.
This is just sort of an excuse to talk about Friend, huh?
Friend is like the thing now. Friend is the discussion point. Everyone, it's like the Friend apocalypse.
Can I be real with you? I am obsessed with Friend.
Really?
And I don't know what there's just like something so tantalizing about how unknowable Friend is.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, I was not convinced of this thing's relevance in the chapter 2 days. I mean, people say it's reductive to just say like, yeah, it's obviously just a scary Spampton face in the basement. But like, I leaned into that party a little more than I'm comfortable admitting. I sort of just didn't think much of this detail. I thought it was a cool detail, and I didn't think much more of it. So now, whenever I think about Deltarune, honest to God, the first thing that comes to my mind is Friend's face.
That is crazy.
I'm obsessed with Friend. I've never...
they keep saying Friend, and I keep wanting to make a Friend inside me joke, but I literally see the whole thing. Like, I have the video chapters open at the side of the video here, and I see what's coming. And I have to hold back.
I've never been hyper fixated on a character as much as I've been fixating on Friend recently.
I mean, you're not the only one, right? It feels like everyone's doing it. Like, that's Wendy Doodle's new thing. Like, Friend is the thing. And, like, I get it. It makes sense. Like, I think the thing that kind of sells me on, like, Friend is, like, an interesting thing is, like, the Tale from Hell prophecy, right? Like,
oh, yeah,
I feel
definitely.
Like if you didn't have that, Friend wouldn't hold any sort of real meaning in
Well, I mean, and then there's the whole thing with, like, cat petters and the various different types of cats, the connection with Noelle, once again, because there's always something going on with Noelle.
In my head, I wouldn't give a shit. But because that's there, like, Friend is part of the prophecy, probably, you know, if you theorize enough. That's cool. That's really exciting. And I do like how Friend is positioned as, like, this cat petters thing. So, like, he feels wrong. Like, he feels like he comes from a game.
From something else.
Real, sort of, like, surreal way, and I don't know, I like that. That's exciting.
I want to share something with you, and I want you to tell me if I'm insane or not.
Ooh.
Friend is starting to replace Gaster in my mind.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'm starting to think that, like, Friend is the antagonist in the game. Friend is in the bunker. Friend drove Javelin Spampton crazy. He's giving out shadow crystals. I think Gaster is the guy on the outside connecting us to the game, and there's more to explore with that. But I think Friend is the in-universe, in-story antagonist.
That's very interesting.
He said condescendingly.
No, I'm actually thinking about it.
I mean, again, I could definitely see it. I mean, again, the whole thing of, everything we actually do know about Gaster is that he's on the outside, he's different, he's, like, spread across all time and space, he's not like everybody else now, he's outside. I guess that does make some modicum of sense. About him being, like, the guy that's perpetually on the outside. Though again, with all the talk of Gaster that has been done about in Deltarune, I would be really upset if we never saw anything of him in the game at all.
I mean, it makes sense, because the reason we think that it was Gaster that broke Javelin Spampton is because of the phone call, and because when you call the phone in the Dark Worlds, it's the Gaster noise, right? That's true, right?
Yeah.
That was Gaster's connection to Spampton, and then Gaster's connection to Jevil was a little more weak, but it was Sham saying that after Jevil talked to a certain someone, like, his ideas became darker yet darker, I think it was. But now, number one, we have Friend associated with the darker yet darker saying, because he appears during Ralsei's Darker Than Dark monologue. And the Gaster sound that comes from the garbage noise.
Smile.
When it appears in Undertale, it's called smile.og. And Friend is a smiley little fellow.
Smiling, yep.
But then we have to contend with, why was that sound playing during the Entry 17 room in Undertale now? Like, maybe that was Gaster connecting to Friend somehow. And look, if you're listening to this video and you just, like, played Deltarune and didn't look into fan theories, you're probably like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? This thing of...
Yeah, like, it comes with both, like, with both Deltarune and Undertale, the disparity of, like, their surface level, just playing the game as is experience, and the absolute depths that the theorized community has gone to over the years for both games, really, is just it's night and day.
appeared in a cutscene like once. What do you mean he's the main villain? Look, you're just not on our level, okay?
No.
I actually, look, that's actually really exciting. And like, I guess it positions, I don't know, I feel like it positions Friend as, I feel like a lot of people are like, okay, Gaster is like the devil or whatever. But maybe Friend is actually the devil, right? Like, that makes sense, the Tale from Hell. And so it makes sense that, like...
The Tale of Hell, which is opposed to the angel.
Yes. And so it makes sense that, you know, Gaster was connecting to this, like, source of darkness. Maybe Friend is that source. Like, maybe Friend is, like, the wellspring of darkness, which would make sense because Deltarune is all about escapism, and the Dark Worlds are about escapism, right? It's like, you know, they make you smile, they make you happy. So like, he is that feeling. He is smiling. He is the smiling smiler.
Well, we've just talked a whole lot about Friend, but now we need to decide what
does the theory work?
Sending or not sending to hell.
I think it does go to hell because it was fucking boring because it was just like Mike or Tanner was Friend or whatever. Like that was sort of it.
Yeah, it's like there was a face and it might be relevant someday. Mm-hmm. So this very vague idea of a theory goes to hell.
I agree, buddy. I like Friend a lot more now, and I'll be thinking about it all night long.
And here is the next theory. And this is sort of similar to the last one we just Jesus. This is sort of similar to the last one we discussed in that it's not...
Why? Why are you like...
Not one consolidated theory, but basically the entire concept of Mike that we had before chapters 3 and 4 has completely gone out the window. It's Mike is everything and Mike is nothing. And to be honest, I love the Mike room because it's a big love letter to the fan base, right? Like if you weren't part of the theorizing community before chapter 3 and 4 came out, you might not like understand it fully, but like the entire room is full of references to popular theories from that era. Mm-hmm. And it's like really like it's a beautiful, sweet, exciting like love letter to that era of the fandom, right? But also, I just hate that I can't stop thinking about Mike. I hate that that there's just enough in this room to make me not able to
put it to rest.
Mike.
Yeah,
I want to be done thinking about Mike, but there's like the references to Friend in this room, and like this room is just vague enough that I don't feel like I'm allowed to stop thinking about Mike yet. Like there's still more to theorize about, and I wish I didn't. I wish I could just stop thinking about Mike. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree. It's sorry, is something up?
What?
Sorry, you look different.
What are you
it's fine.
Here, just
it's let's just keep going.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, I agree. To me, like there's all the friend shit in the mic room.
Why?
But to me, like the thing that like really makes Mike sort of like spooky mysterious to me is like the photorealistic microphone. Like I was playing on a PC where like it's like the microphone mechanic, and I genuinely thought that Deltarune had recorded my voice because I ran up to the microphone and I saw the microphone. I was like, hello, and then the microphone faded away, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, who is listening? It was like genuinely terrifying.
Oh god, can you imagine that? Like, the idea that, oh god, can you imagine later on in the game where it literally does that, where like, oh, if you have a mic plugged in, it records like stuff you say during the playthrough, and like at some point in a later chapter you start hearing random audio that's like garbled versions of what you said? Oh god, that'd be creepy. Oh no.
You know, my experience with the mic room would have been better if I hadn't been spoiled on it beforehand. I really wish I could have just experienced it cold turkey. Yeah, like I saw that there was something else to do after you beat the game, right? Like I saw the Toby tweet saying to load it back up after you beat chapter 4. But before I could do that, I was just scrolling Twitter and I just like saw straight up a screenshot of all 3 mics. And I think that sort of like ruined the experience for me.
Yeah, damn. That's sad. That is fucked up. Mm-hmm. To be honest, I was not a huge fan of the mic room. I thought it was sort of boring. I don't like those 3 guys. They're kind of like annoying. I do appreciate it as like a send off to pre chapter 3-4 era theorizing. That's very cool. But
yeah, people have really latched onto these characters. Have you seen like
really?
Green Pippins is like the new Tumblr sexy man.
Oh fucking hell! What the fuck?
Oh my god, dude. Sorry, I just realized I had something in my teeth. That's what you were seeing. My bad.
What?
There was something in my teeth. I got it out now. Do I look better?
Yeah, you look normal.
Okay, good. So, do you think our theories about Mike as a whole go to heaven or hell? I don't really know how to talk about this.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
What are we talking about? We're talking about how Mike was going to be something. Mike was going to appear as
the theory is that Mike was going to be anything of worth, I guess.
I mean, again, I'm kind of like, after I've said before, I'm sticking with Mike being friend, like the real Mike, I should say.
I mean, he is obviously. I think he is something of worth. I feel like prior to chapter 3, we felt that like all of these worlds were like very self-contained. But chapter 3 made it feel like, okay, these characters actually do genuinely have real connections to each other, and like Mike is sort of like, he's sort of an extension of that, because it's like it's clear that Mike is going to actually continue to be a character in the future. Like Mike's probably going to come back. It would be surprising if he didn't.
Are you entirely convinced of that?
Yeah, because while
I'm not, I feel like the room is like yelling at us that Mike,
he's a microphone,
that we can stop theorizing about Mike, that Mike is not important.
Then why would there be?
And this is like the send off to Mike.
Why
theories.
would the microphone appear and then fade away?
Because it's a joke. They say, "Who's the real Mike?" and then you walk over there and it's like, "Oh, it's a real Mike." That's funny.
Oh shit. Maybe I'm a fool. Maybe I fell for it.
All right. People are going to be mad at us for trashing Mike. Where do we send the
I don't know,
mics?
send it to hell. I don't care about Mike anymore.
Send it to hell.
I don't give a shit anymore.
Get out of here. Hey, look, it's the next theory in the video. This is the discarded secret bosses theory. Basically the idea that because Jevil and Spamton, they were a Joker card and spam emails, that all the secret bosses from this point on would also be objects that were like discarded or otherwise left alone and are salty about
like,
it,
flowers
this just got thrown out
discarded,
the fucking window. Everything I put on this thumbnail now was like an actual theory for what the secret boss of chapter 3 would be, right? There's
how to draw dragons. Is that actually like wait a second.
flower.
Okay, so that like picture of how to draw your dragons, seeing this, I can very much see why Susie would be excited to see this. But is this an actual like version of the book somebody designed, or is this something that you made, cammyboiG? Because like, what is that? Is that supposed to be like a female version of Spyro on the cover, like an anthro version? You know, we got knockoff controller, TV remotes, we got flowers, and we got hymn book. Yeah, okay.
In the trash can from Asgore. There's the hymnal book that wasn't used very often. There was the How to Draw Dragons book left in the drawer by Asriel. There was the like shit-ass knockoff controller and the TV remote that was stuck in the couch. But Chapter 3's secret bosses are like so bizarre. There's not even a consensus on what the Chapter 3 secret boss is. I mean, obviously Gerson doesn't fit this mold either. Every single future chapter take that you would see in the Chapter 1 and 2 era had a secret boss based on a discarded object. You would not see a Deltarune take without this concept, and now it's just out the window.
Yeah, no, very real.
And honestly, I think that fucks. I think that's awesome.
Me too. I think we've already talked about in this video of like, I'm glad that Deltarune isn't like formulaic. It's good.
100%. It's so fun not knowing what the hell to expect in the future now.
And I think it's obvious that like the idea of like a discarded thing, like a discarded person or object, a forgotten memory, like these are obviously really important themes in Deltarune, but they're not just being explored through the secret bosses, right? Like they're not being exemplified by that. Like Tenor was discarded, right? I'm like, that's his whole thing.
And King was too. Like the whole card kingdom.
Discarded,
Queen wasn't, right? Queen is just like a laptop who is presumably still being used, right? It's like, it's not it's not this like puzzle box. Like it's not like a calculus. It's just a story where this theme is being explored and that's cool. That's normal and cool.
And it doesn't need to follow these really strict patterns to explore these themes meaningfully.
Yes. 100%. That said, I fucking loved so many of those like secret boss ideas for chapter 3 in particular. I think there was like a flower one where it was like a 3D model coming out of like a roiling scene or
that's
something.
good.
That was so cool.
Immortal Hydrangea.
Yes. Oh my god.
Oh, so I love that. That's cool.
There was like one that was like flowy. It was like a fucked up flowy.
Pedally.
Yeah, pedally. Yeah. So cool. I don't know. Just fucking awesome.
A lot of really awesome fan works came from this theory.
Yes. 100%. And in a
And
way,
now they're all dead.
because Deltarune is feels less formulaic now, I feel like we're probably going to see less of that. Like, we're going to see less of those kinds of fan art. And that is sad. That is actually quite sad, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
You know what?
Again, that's the one thing I kind of feel like is missing slightly from Deltarune. Like, and granted, I'm thinking back to, like, prime Undertale fandom here. But that was, like, one of the biggest things with Undertale was, like, different AUs and, like, fan works of, like, oh, what ifs and what could have beens. And I guess, like, a whole part of that comes from the whole fact that, you know, like, the concept of multiverses and timeline resets and things changing between one playthrough and another are a main thing in Undertale, so that kind of fueled the fire there. But that whole thing where, like, having different AUs and stuff like that, like, while Deltarune does have some AUs to them, it's nowhere near the number that, like, Undertale did, or does have, I should say. Like, and thinking about it, like, the majority of the, what you would call Deltarune AUs now, are just from, fan works or theories that were proven wrong by future updates. And for me, that doesn't really have the same sort of punch that, you know, a pure AU does.
Everyone agrees that Flower King is going to be the next Dark World, and no one's talking about what discarded objects are in Flower King.
Right.
I hadn't even considered that.
Yeah, which is, I mean, it's sort of interesting looking back. Like, I feel like if chapters 1 and 2 didn't feel formulaic, that the fandom may not have sort of entertained itself for as long as it did in that hiatus. And that's sort of interesting.
That's a great point
to think about.
That's true. The fandom, like, like, Deltarune Chapter 1 was great. Obviously, everyone was excited for a new Toby Fox game. But it did not see nearly as much a beautiful blossoming fandom as it did after Chapter 2, because Chapter 2 inspired people so much. Yeah. Really hadn't thought about it like that before.
Yeah, but look, so I think for the sake of the story, it's obviously good that the story has become less like that. It's good.
But even though, like, in similar situations, for that reason, we've sent theories to hell, but I don't know, I'm in a good mood with this one. I think it goes to heaven.
Yeah, no, I agree. It only inspires joy within me, personally.
Hell yeah.
Wowee. And it's another theory. The second last theory.
In the whole video.
7 special sins.
Yeah, we're
what?
Almost to the end.
7
and
deadly sins
I'm
secret
so
bomb.
excited, Cammy, to see who wins the Mystic Slime Challenge.
Oh yeah, that was a plot point.
So this is the theory that all the secret bosses in Deltarune are based off of the 7 deadly sins, which is like sloth and envy and gluttony and whatever.
We know them.
We all know them. And so Jevil was pride, and Spampton was envy or greed or something. And that all
this theory was scuffed from the start, man. Like, the fact that you had to reach for both of those. Like, I never...
And, like, thinking about that, yeah, it doesn't really work. And it doesn't really, like, we have no idea how, like, the knight fits into that. Like, if the knight even is a secret boss, because, again, that's still up in the air, kind of. And then Gerson, like, Gerson just doesn't fit into any of that. Like, maybe it's like, oh, maybe pride, but no, that's sort of Jevil? I don't know.
Put any stock in this theory for a second, man. I feel like any collection of 7 things, people are gonna try like the 7 deadly sins connection, and sometimes it just doesn't work.
If you had to map your 7 knights to the 7 sins, which one would be mapped to which sin?
Oh shit. Okay, Burger Pants is lust.
Yeah.
Asgore is pride or probably envy, right?
Yeah, Asgore's envy. Susie is wrath? No. Never mind. This is
Again, it doesn't really work, like, at all.
Oh, look, we were stretching to make a point. How interesting.
Yeah, look, I sort of have a bugbear against theories like this, where it's just like, let's turn these, like, complex ideas or, like, characters into, like, one thing. Like, let's make them symbolic of, like, one thing.
Yeah, and I know you're being serious because you just said bugbear.
It feels very reductive. It almost feels, like, allegorical to me. It's like, I don't know. It's like, to say that Spampton represents envy is, in a sense, true, but it's also just so boring. Like, Spampton is obviously an envious character, But there's also a lot of other stuff
Yeah.
that's going on.
Yeah, he
with
wants
Stanton.
freedom, and I don't know.
Stanton is like all 7 sins.
Basically, yeah, almost.
Real.
He's envy, he's greed, he's gluttony, he's lust.
Any theory that reduces Deltarune into something simpler than it is does not spark joy within my soul.
So true, bestie. Preach.
I
Okay,
think we're in
so
agreement.
let's send this to hell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Look up on over that ridge.
Okay,
there,
here
boy.
we go.
See that?
Huh? Where is it? Where is it, Papa?
Swing that lasso around and around. See that? That there's
It's Woody theory.
It's Woody theory, boy.
Well, I'll
lasso
be.
that thing.
Lasso
Swing
that
around and
thing.
around. Swing
Swing
around.
around and around.
Swing around and around.
Get
Swing that
along,
thing.
little doggy.
So Woody Theory was created by Spooky Dude. To me, this is Spooky Dude's single most significant contribution to the Deltarune community. I think it's just...
I mean, I don't want to say it in a reductive way, right? Like, he also has many other great theories, but this has grown so far beyond him.
It has become its own beast.
Friend Inside Me was like it dominated the fan base in the month before the new chapters released.
I'm still like I still hold out a dying sliver of hope that we'll see something, because again there are the cowboy tapes in Asgore's shop, but at the end of the day I don't think it's gonna be real. We're not gonna get a cowboy. We're not gonna get Woody, the plant cowboy, at all, which is very, very sad.
And it was referenced in the game.
He was referencing the game, dude.
Like, how much more prolific can you get with a theory? If I was referenced in the game, I would go feral. I would go nuts.
You were, dude, on that corkboard.
No, I'm not. Just because a corkboard is like a general theory thing. You can't say that's a reference to me.
So Woody Theory is just like the brilliant theory that...
Do you want me to summarize it?
Tell me what Woody Theory is. Tell me what it is.
So Woody Theory was basically the combination of a few different factors. The fact that in one of those newsletters that we would get quarterly, Toby said that the cowboy segment teased in the Spamton sweepstakes was somehow, even though it was one of the only segments they teased, was in danger of getting canceled. But the fact that he used the word canceled instead of deleted or cut was strange because, cowboy shows a la Woody's Roundup from Toy Story
were canceled.
Much bigger on TV than they are now, but eventually they would get canceled. And then, of course, there's the Friend Inside Me shitpost that Toby made on his personal Tumblr, where he would edit the song You've Got a Friend in Me to say Friend Inside Me in a strange and creepy way. Those two factors combined. Basically, the theory was the secret boss of Chapter 3 would be an homage to Woody Toy Story. It would be like the canceled star of an old cowboy show.
What a fantastic fucking theory. Holy
my heart goes out for Pete and VB. It's still my absolute favorite, fan Chapter 3 secret boss I've ever seen.
shit. Like,
thanks, man.
God fucking damn. I don't know how Spooky Dude feels about the legacy of Woody Theory, but I think he should be just so proud of what he has created and all the memes and art he has spawned. Like, fucking hell, man. Like,
dude, and the fan concepts for bosses that have come out. Have you seen Pete and VB? Pete and Vagabond?
I remember there was like a boss fight concept, and it was like black and white and fucked up. Is that what you were referring to?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's insane. It has like a lyrical bit near the end where the soundtrack, it's peak. I'll link in the description, of course. So
I did a reaction to that one too. It was absolutely beautiful.
That love out of the way. I love you, Spooky Dude. I love this theory. That being said, Woody Theory is not fucking happening in Chapter 5.
Woody Theory 2, it lives. It fucking lives.
That shit is not happening, man.
You cannot convince me otherwise.
It's in Asgore's thing.
Until I see it myself.
You really think that after Chapter 3 and 4's secret bosses being such huge departures from the whole discarded object theory, that the finale to the secret bosses, right, the final shadow crystal we get is just going to be another discarded object?
Yes.
No. Just going back to the Chapter 1 and 2 format? No.
I didn't think of that. I didn't really. Yeah, it is going to be the last one.
Yeah.
But it's going to happen, right? So Asgore has the tapes in his house, and there is a TV there. So we're going to see a different tenor.
We don't know that he has tapes in his house.
That's
That's not real. Someone made that up. We know that Asgore used to... We know that Asgore used to like a cowboy show.
Shit, you've kind of torn my heart asunder. I guess it is dead, but that said, we can never truly kill it, right? We can never truly send it to hell. Woody Theory is a heavenly. It is a heavenly work of art. And chapter 1 to 2 era Woody Theory goes to heaven. It lives forever on in our hearts. It was iconic.
No,
Chapter
definitely.
3 to 4 era Woody Theory. No.
Oh my god, no! Hey, thanks for doing that, boys.
Oh shit, I forgot about you.
Wait, who won?
You did, little rat.
Oh my god! Oh my god, this is awesome. I love iPod. Yay! Yay!
Huh. He's finally happy.
And now it's time for your judgment.
My judgment? What do you...
Oh no! Mystic Slime, no, why?
Well, it looks like the end of the video, folks. If you've stuck around this long, thanks a bunch. I really hope you enjoyed. If you want even more Snammy content, the entire uncut 5-hour recording of this video is available on Patreon. That is 3 extra hours of off-camera conversations, failed bits, and 2 extra theories that we ended up cutting out completely. I am sorry to those of you who have been waiting for another theory out of me and got this instead. It's taken much longer to come out than I originally anticipated, just like all my other videos. Rest assured though, more scripted content is on the way. Here's the plan for right now. Before Chapter 5 drops, I have 3 scripted videos I want to get out in this order. First, a video where I reevaluate my past theories for the modern day and definitively analyze what holds up and what doesn't. This one is probably going to be the shortest and least theatrical, so I hope to get this one out ASAP. Next is the struggles of raising a human. This one is going to be less of a theory and more of a character analysis of Tori and Chris's relationship, with maybe a sneaky Aram theory mixed in for good measure. I expect this one to be longer than the previous video, but not as long as a typical theory of mine. Finally, the big one, Black Ice. My theory on the true connection between Gaster and Des that I've had cooking since the start of this channel, made fuller by information we have from the new chapters. This isn't just a theory on if Des is the knight, I'm telling the story of how and why Des became the knight. I've also got a few ideas for unscripted videos to throw in between those ones, but we'll see what happens. I don't want to keep you guys waiting too long. Anyway, now for some thank yous. A million thanks to Mystic Slime for agreeing to guest star in our horrible little skit. Thank you to my dearest friend June for the background art. Thank you to Mimi Yori for another banger thumbnail. Thank you to each and every one of you who submitted a scream for this video. I wish I could have used them all, but I think I got like 300. And
that's where, okay. I was wondering why all those different screams were different. Where was he accepting, like, submissions for screams? I would have submitted a scream.
And of course, thanks to Snarlinger for being both smarter and funnier than me. Now, I believe it's time for the Patreon shoutouts. First of all, a thank you to the Little Freaks, including 87, Allison Parker, Ampharos, Ari, Avery Martin, Batwake, Billy's Pretty Avocado, Botdog 500, Brody, Charles Dugan, Citizen Dog, CJ Plus 3, Crytype Encrypted, David Rendell, Dear God, Duck Quack, E-God, Guest B, The Default Me, Ethan Wiederspan, Faith Bassett, Georgia, Hannah Nelson, I'm Bowza, I'm Jabe, Irupop, Isla, Joe, Jordan DC, Juicebox Thief, Lame Cinnamon, Lilin, Lich or Something, Lukerfuffle, Luxio, Madeline, Maru, Medicine Seller, Miss Store, Moib, Paisley Salts, The One and Only, Payma, Pinku, Romhack Eater, Rose Tasma, Symphonic, Shane Delbin, Spencer Folkart, Stephen Allen, Supporting Goat, Saturn, V, Weebo, Wheelie Scoot, Winter, and Yannis Z Yanosik MB. And a thank you to the Average Freaks, Boolit, Clown, Elias Gay, Exori, Fossil Hunter, Juicimated, Lady Edekin, Leo, Maycat, Marshall, Momo Sweet Peach, Moth Bites, Nova Deluxe, Robert Rock, Storm, The Witch of Art, The Awesome GN, Toady Boy, Totally Human Productions, Visible, and Weirdo's World.
And thank you to the huge freaks, Void Teeth, Cracked Final, Gay Dad, King Cloudbot, Mesmer, Minnle Orapine, Muffins, Orange Julian, Chemo, QWERTY12, and Shrog Dog.
And a huge thank you to the bafflingly generous patrons of the joke tier, including Chaos, Tybee Fitzhugh, and Spookow. That's all from me. Hope to see you guys again soon, and love ya. Mwah.
Oh, God, that was certainly a video, wasn't it? Final raw video total, that including, all the bits I'm eventually gonna have to cut out, are 3 hours and 22 minutes and counting. So that's gonna be fun. I am at least gonna be cutting that down into 2 videos. But God, I swear, it's just the way that the fandom has changed over time, and the theories that become popular and stuff like that. I really do wonder what the next big sort of meme theory that's gonna pop up is gonna be. Because of course we had Friend Inside Me and Bluey and stuff like that. But really nothing of that sort has really popped up yet for Deltarune as far as I've been able to tell. And it's gonna be such... again, less than a year at this point for Chapter 5, and it is... I am honestly, I honestly cannot wait to see what happens or what nonsense happens in that chapter. Oh, it's gonna be great, and I honestly cannot wait for the next cammyboiG videos, for all the memes and stuff I was going on, and all the complaining I was going on and on about in this video. Him and Snarlinger, they do make good videos, and I honestly do hope that, the next videos are just as popular and do so well for them, because I'm definitely going to be looking forward to them myself. But yeah, that's definitely going to be it for now. So yeah, I hope you guys liked. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.